and it looks like Wally's girlfriend. Now my first testing I'm going to use this for a cat trying to get into a room, and I want to see if it's using 2 hands or 1 hand to try to open a door handle. So we're going to go check that out right now to see if we can catch it in motion. Let's go do it to it. This right here is called a ReoLink Argus, and it is a 1080p wireless battery powered camera. It's for indoors and outdoors, of course, works on Apple and Google devices. It supports months of standby on just the battery itself. Weatherproof design, excellent night vision, we'll see that. I know somebody like years ago asked me if I knew if something like this existed, and this is now here. I could not find anything that was good enough or even wireless battery powered that could work like this. And this is the smart guide. They have other products for you to check out as well, so not just this. And then the user guide. Now we're gonna take a look in here. So the first thing that popped out to me is this little, whoa, this is not plastic. It's gonna be a metal device here. Okay, adjustment, so you can angle it to where you want it, and of course it's gonna be on a screwing tripod style. Here's some mounting hardware and a few more stuff there. Oh, there's like a SIM card tool remover thing. Power for the reset. And then the batteries. Oh, you're gonna get multiple batteries to stick into this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries. Nice. Let's take it out. Woo, not even that heavy. Not sure what this is yet. We'll find out. There's the camera head. This is actually a pretty heavy base. So obviously here we have 2 different, we have like a ball one that's heavy, and that's gonna be the sensor portion. Is a huge sensor like what you see in security cameras inside of a house, so when people walk by, it'll start telling the system to turn on and start recording, and it'll notify you. And here's the bottom portion. We'll screw it in, and on the side, on the right, there's a micro SD card support, and there's a reset. So we are gonna have to put in our SD card, and I do have one. This is a 256 gigabyte. Stick that in there so everything is being recorded, and then wouldn't have to rely on a cloud. Okay, maybe that's what this is for, to shove that right in there. Okay, well, it's helping. In the back, there's an open portion, so let me press that. That's where this stuff is gonna come in, so that it just... Alright, so it's helping you get into the crevices because they locked this guy in, obviously. So it does take all 4 of the batteries. The batteries are lithium, 3 volts. Alright, there we go.
Camera has been started up.
Ooh.
Please run ReoLink app.
So there's no on or off button. It's probably going to keep saying that until I do something. And let me just put this back on. Nicely covered. That's back down. And whoa! I did not expect that, but there's a magnet on this thing. Very strong, like it sucked it. So that's why this is going to be magnetized here onto that. Yeah. So you got a little prop. Look at that.
Camera has been started up.
So that's cool to see that you could angle it, and once it's fastened on the ground.
Please run ReoLink app.
Okay, there it be. 10,000 downloads. Wow, they must be doing real good. This is the setup process. We can just scan the back of it. There we go, adding device. I want to set up or reconfigure. I heard it. We're gonna log into my Wi-Fi. And now we have to tell the camera to scan this. Whoa, I just...
Scan succeeds. Welcome to ReoLink.
All right, I connected it. I heard Wi-Fi connection succeeds. And now it wants us to create a password for our device. And you can see here that it is going on right now. Now I do see a little bit of a lag happening, but I can still see perfectly fine of what's happening, and it's pretty good quality. Let's move it over to the side, and there we go. What is it? Around 1.5 seconds of a delay. So it's not too bad. Now I am gonna turn off the light. Okay, now the night vision just clicked on. This right here is the night vision. I'm separating myself further back, and I can see a lot of my room here. I'm going to touch my TV, touch some stuff here, and wave around, and I can definitely see from just being far away from my phone camera, my phone screen, that it is really good. I'm picking up. You can barely see my hands going over the screen, but they, you know, disappear in the darkness. And of course, my side cam can't even pick me up either because it's super dark. But you can tell that this little camera with the night vision is picking up very well. Now I'm going to go over here, and this is wireless. I don't have to have anything plugged in. Super wide angle. Like, I'm stretching my hands all the way out. And I'm surprised I can see that far from just having this little tiny camera there. So super wide angle. The night vision is very nice. And this is what the front page of the app looks like. You can see the battery bar. You're clicking onto that. It'll tell you information of how much battery has been used. And we move backwards. We see the push notification. This is going to allow us to get the notifications whenever the motion is detected. So you'll get notified wherever you're at. The PIR is what turns the siren on and off. You can get emails, you can set schedules so you can do at certain times. If you leave the house, it'll turn on. And then in the settings, we have our data enabled, Wi-Fi, password protection. But if we're going to go into the play button now, this is a live view. So we can click on this little pause and it's going to stop it, and it's not going to let the battery be wasted. So until we tell it to work. And we can also hit on the volume button so we can hear what's happening wherever the camera's at. I can talk back and forth. And of course, we can take a snap, a picture of what's happening in that very moment. And as we're seeing this live, whenever it's being detected or I'm pressing to view, it's going to be recording onto the SD card. And if you want to save what's happening, you can just press onto this little record button, and we can see on the right side is recording, and that's going to store onto your phone, so you don't have to take it off of the SD card that's onto the ReoLink. And you can press that and it'll stop it. And then this is how we can change the fluent. So we can see that it's a little bit laggy, and if we change it to the clear version, it's going to be so much smoother. But there is a lot more delay, but it looks a lot better. You're just more like in a 3-second delay versus the 1.5, and we can turn that back off to fluent, and it'll actually use less battery as well, and it's just more faster. Now if we move to the playback, we're going to see this is yesterday's date, and all these little points that are happening in here are all segments of me setting up the camera. I can literally leave it on that's me setting it up, and I can move this and go over, and that's going to go over to the next part. And then at this very bottom one, it's going to move a lot faster. So you do get a timeline to scrub through. As you can see, every motion that was being detected is going to show up there. And then if we go to the next day, which is today, we can still scrub through. This is literally being streamed from the ReoLink itself. Everything's on the SD card that it picked up as motion is being recorded, and this is going to allow me to stream whatever was from that recording. Very easy application to do. You could also download it. If you press on this little cloud, you can choose what kind of clip you want, and that's that. Anyways, there you guys have it. This is super cool. I like it. I have to say that the speaker isn't really loud, but the microphone can definitely be heard whatever's happening around this little ReoLink camera system. So obviously, if you're interested in something like this, you're going to know where you want to set it up. So if you want one for yourself, find in the description down below. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Later.